Hello guys, today we are going to learn, or you can say we are going to solve another problem with LeetCode. Okay, so the problem name is Zigzag Solution. Just wait a minute, I'm going to share this live. Okay, so here wait a minute. Okay, so here I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, I think it is visible to you. Okay, so here we are going to solve this problem number 3, zigzag conversation. Okay, so here you can see how going I mean how going down work. Okay, so explanation of columns. Okay, I will give you explanation. First of all, I need to understand problem, what is the problem. So here lead code problem number 6. Okay, so this is the problem, zigzag conversation. Okay, the string PayPal is hiring is written in a zigzag pattern on a given number of row, like this. Okay, pay, here you can see this is zigzag, like here this will go from pay. Now again in middle we have p, and again in upper we have a. Okay, pay pa, after a we have l and I, a l I. Okay, so this is a single line. Okay, so we are going to find out this is in zigzag round. Okay, PayPal is hiring. Okay, so we have zigzag round like this. Okay, look at my cursor. Okay, so this is the zigzag. Okay, so we are going to find the zigzag conversation. Okay, so PayPal is hiring written in a zigzag pattern on a given number of row. Okay, like this. So you may want to display this pattern in a fixed font for better legibility. Okay, and then read this line by like this. Okay, PAHN. Okay, PAHN. Here you can see you need to read this line first, and after this one, APLSINIIG. Okay, and after this YIR. Okay, so you need to read this line. This is the first line, this is the second line, and this is the third line. Okay, write the code that take a string and make this conversation given a numbers of row. Okay, so string convert. Here this is the function string convert string as an integer num. So they are going to take string and number of rows. Okay, so we have number of row here 3. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, this is like you can look at here. This is the example. We have s equals to this string PayPal is hiring. Okay, and number of row equals to 3. So we need to create zigzag in 3 row. This is our first row, this is one row, this is second row, this is third row. Okay, so we have 3 row, so we need to create it's in zigzag form by using 3 rows. Okay, and we got this output. Okay, and here you can see second example, PayPal is hiring. Here number of row is 4. Okay, and like if we read this in zigzag form, like, so we got this output. Okay, like this, PINALSIGYAHR and PI. Okay, so you can read like this. Okay, so here this is also zigzag format, or number of rows is 4. Okay, so you need to create this in by using 4 rows. Okay, here you can see third example, s equals to a row, s equals to a, number of row equals to 1. Okay, output equals to a. Now I'm going to move here. Okay, so first of all I need to use I'm going to use like current row. Okay, current row before. So you need to understand this term. Okay, so current row before means the row br add before placing the character. Okay, so a row br at before placing the character. Okay, going down, we are going to use this bird, so that's why I'm going to like explain here. Okay, going backward, the direction before adding the character. Okay, so like it will give you direction, so where should I go, top, bottom, or middle. Okay, so going down equals to the direction before adding the character. Okay, so like we need to check direction, like a should, where should a go, top or down or middle. Okay, so this will give you direction. And action, adding the character to the current row. Action means we are going to add the character to the current row. Okay, and direction change, flip only if we hit top. Okay, like if we hit top, so current row equals to 0. Okay, or if we hit at bottom, so current row equals to number of row minus 1. Okay, this is for if you are going to hit in the top. Okay, and if you are going to bottom, so current row will become row number of row minus 1. Okay, so current row after means move up or down. Okay, depending on the going down. Okay, so going down equals to true, and current row increase by 1. Okay, it's like if you want to go down, okay, and it is true. Okay, and then current row will increase by 1. Okay, going down false. Okay, so you don't want to going down, then current row decrease by 1. Okay, so you need to keep this thing in your mind. Okay, so how going down work, start from false. Okay, so it will start from false, immediately flip true because the first row is on top. Okay, so initially we have going down equals to false, then immediately it flip into a true because the first row is top. Okay, now when current row equals to top, and its top element at 0 index, so flip it true. Okay, because it start going down. So here current row, when current row equals to bottom, then number of row minus 1. Okay, and it flip to the false and start going up. In middle row no flip, keep going in the same direction. Okay, so here I'm going to take this zigzag pattern, paypal. Okay, paypal, PAYPAL. Okay. Mm, okay, so read row y row. Okay, so here you can read PA plus APL plus y. Okay, then it will become pi PLA y, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take this string. Okay, here initial setup we need to do, create row equals to like this. Okay, because number of row they already given in the problem, number of row equals to 3, so that's why I'm going to create like this, row equals to list. Okay, one string per row. Okay, so here I'm going to store one string per row, and current row we are going to take 0, we start at the top. Okay, and going down initially false, initially the direction is up, but top row flip it immediately. Okay, I hope you got it. Now I am going to take PayPal, and here number of row equals to 3. Okay, so here I'm going to take P from PayPal. Okay, this P. Okay, so before row, current row before, so we don't have anything, so it is 0. Okay, going down it's false, I have already so told you, going down initially equals to false. Okay, initially the direction is up. Okay, but top row flip it immediately. Okay, so this is false. Okay, so add p in the row at 0 index. Okay, so here I'm going to add p at 0 index in this row. Okay, so here you can see current row equals to 0. Okay, top up क्या होगा, I mean top flip like top will be flip. Okay, so going down equals to true, after first row, going down will become true immediately. Here I already said that going down equals to false, initially the direction is up. Okay, but top row flip it immediately. Okay, so that's why it will become true, and current row after 1. Okay, after this our current row will become 1. Okay, so here our row is state like this. Okay, we add p here in row. Okay guys, now a equals to, now I am going to a from PayPal. Okay, so this is our character, that is a. Now current row before we have 1. Okay, because our current row update here. Okay, now going down also is true because here it will flip. Okay, here in this row, here while we taking p, so here it will immediately like flip it immediately. Okay, so here this is true, so that's why going down is also true. Here, here also true, here also true. Okay, now I am going to add a in row at index 1. Okay, so here this is the middle element, so we don't need to change it. Okay, because a is the middle. Here you can see a is the middle, so middle element don't have any direction. Okay, like flip up or flip bottom, no. So now our row will update by 1 and then it will become 2. Okay, so we are going to add a here. Okay, now our row is state like this. Okay, now I am going to take y from PayPal. Okay, this is our third character. Okay, so current row before we have 2, this 2. Okay, and going down also same as previous initially, because previously we have true. Okay, so we don't need to change it. Okay, so previously we have true, and previously we have a middle, I mean middle direction of element, so we haven't changed there. So here also again I'm going to take same, and here I'm going to add y in row at index 2. Okay, so current row is equals to 2. Okay, bottom now it will flip going down. Okay, down means it will give you like going down equals to false. Okay, so here I have by, if you going down then it will give you false. Okay, and I already said that, like if it is moving at bottom, if when current row equals to bottom, okay, number row minus 1. Okay, so it will give you false. Okay, and start going up. After this it will going up. Okay, but it row decrease by 1. Here you can see somewhere I wrote row is decreased by 1. Okay, so here you can see when it will going down, or that is equals to false, then current row decrease by 1. Okay, so here our row decrease by 1. Before we have 2, now it will become 1. Or here you can see this is 1. So I add y here. Now again I am going to take another element, that is p. Okay, p, and our current row is 1. Before we have 1 here. Now previously going down equals to false. Okay, here now p is middle element. Okay, so we are going to add p. I'm going to add p. Okay, in row at index 1. I already have element at index 1, that is a. At index 1 I have a. So here in line number like 4. Okay, so here I'm going to add p with a, so it will become ap. Okay, a also have index 1. Okay, in row, and p also have index 1. Okay, so p is middle element, so we don't need to change its direction. Okay, so here I got ap. Okay, but now after this our current row will become 0. Again it will decrease. Okay, here now again I'm going to take a from PayPal. A, so current direction is 0. Okay, so previously we have false, now again I have this false. Okay, so I'm going to add a in row at index 0. Okay, so it will become pa, because I already have p at index 0. Now I'm going to add a also. Okay, so current row equals to 0. Now after this you can see here p, after p I have a. Okay, so this is a is at top. Okay, so it will flip to the top. Okay, so going down will become true. Okay, now we increase this current row by 1. Okay, so we added here pa, and these are the character as previous ap and by. Okay, now again I am going to take l. This is the last element, or you can say last character. Okay, current row before I have 1. Okay, because I moved to because I flipped flip going down equals to true, because we have top element. Okay, so it will become 1. Okay, and this is also true going, because previously we have going down equals to true. Now I'm going to add l at index 1 in row. Okay, so here at index 1, this is the 0 index, this is the 1. Okay, so here with ap I'm going to add here um, a p and n and l. Okay, so this is the middle element l, you can see here this is the middle element, so we don't need to change its direction. Okay, so it will become pa comma apl and y. Okay guys, now I am going to write code. So I'm going to create class equals to solution. Okay, now I am going to define function name. Okay, function name is convert, already given in the problem. This is the function I'm going to use this same, I mean both lines same, so I need to copy this line. Okay, so here I am going to create condition number of row. Okay, number of row equals to 1, or number of row is greater than equals to length of s. Okay, then return what? Oh, this is not a or, this is a 0 or. Okay, so here I'm going to return s. Okay, so here you can see number of row equals to 1, like we have only row, like you can say we have only one word, like p PayPal from, like p from PayPal. Okay, so we have number of row 1 like this. Okay, or number of row is greater than length of s. Okay, so we have length equals to here, what is the length of s? 6. Okay, so like number of row, and we have number of row equals to 3. Mm-mm. Okay, so like you can find out if number of row is greater than length of s. Okay, so we have number of row is 3. Mm-mm. 3, and that is greater than equals to length of s. What is the length of s? 6. Okay, length of a string, this is string, this is string. Okay, this is 6 and number of row is 3. Okay, so here this condition is true. Okay, okay, here you can see number of row is greater than length of s. Okay, then it will return only string. Like if we have number of row greater than this term. Okay, so then where do I like uh, it will give, I mean it will wastage of number of rows. Okay, okay, because we need 3. Like if it is more than length of this string, so what should I do with this these things? Okay, so here we don't need to do anything and return as. Now I am going to create row equals to, we need to store per element per row, element from row here, and here this is the number of row. Okay, now current row, initially we have current row equals to 0. Okay, I already told you here. Okay, so this is the rows, this like one string per row. Okay, current row equals to 0, we start at the top row. Okay, going down equals to false. Okay, initially the direction is up, Okay, but top row flip it immediately. So here I'm going to take going down. Going down equals to false. Initially we need to keep it false. Okay, after it flip mm, to true. I'm going to use for loop for C in S. Okay, this means we are going to take each character one by one. Okay, from a string. Here this is the string S equals to PayPal, and here I'm going to take C equals to P, C equals to A, C equals to Y, C equals to P, C equals to A, P, C equals to A, one by one, and operate these operations here. Okay, so for C in S, here this is the, these are the columns. Now row in current row, in current row I'm going to add current row and character. Okay, so here this is our current row before current row. If current row is equals to 0, okay, or current row is equals to number of row. Okay, number of row minus 1, then going down equals to not going down. Okay, and after this, if current row increase by 1, current row increase by 1. Okay, if going down else minus 1. Okay, so after this I have finished. Okay, so here you can see this is the class for, this is the class. Okay, this is the function. Okay, here I'm going to pass only string, that is PayPal. This is the string PayPal, and number of row 3. So here I'm going to pass these argument here. Okay, number of rows should be an integer, and it's s equals to string, that is should be in string. Okay, output we want in string. Okay, so here if number row equals to 1, or number of row is greater than equals to length of s, then we need to return s. Okay, so here first of all I need to create this row. Okay, one string per row. Okay, so that we can store one string per row, and current row equals to 0. Okay, and going down initially false, initially the direction is up, that's why we write to false, and but top row flip it immediately, then it will become true. Okay, so here Okay, so I already explained these things. Okay, now for C in S. Okay, so here, mm, from S, I'm going to take character one by one. C equals to A, C equals to P, C equals to I, whatever. So here C equals to P A Y, P A L Y. Okay. So here after this row current, now we are going to add this in a row. Okay. So here I'm going to take A. Okay. Now going down, like current row before 0 and going down initially false. Okay, here this is false. Okay, now I'm going to add this into a row. So here we are going to add current element in the row, current row. So we have 0 index row at 0 index, and I'm going to add character here. So the character is P. Okay, so it will give you like this. Okay, so here after adding element. Okay, now I'm going to check if the current row equals to 0, or current row equals to number of row minus 1. Okay, so current row is equals to 0. So going down is not going down. Okay, so here now this will become going down equals to true. Okay, and after this current row increase by 1. So here you can see current row increase by 1. Okay, if it is not increased, it will give you going down. Sorry, like current row is increased if going down, else it will give you -1. Okay, so you can do it with different character. Now you can take A. Okay, so current row is 1 and going down is true. So here you can see I'm going to take A, and here I'm going to add A at index 1. Okay, because we have current row equals to 1, and going down is true, not going down. Okay, going down equals to not going down. It's mean this will no not go into a down. Okay, so here this is the middle element. Okay, middle element, so we don't need to change. Okay, and it like after this row will become 2, current row will become 2, and here we are going to add P and A. Okay, current row will become like if we are going to add 1 in current row, then it will become 2 here. Okay, so this is our uh, row state. Okay, I hope guys you got it. Now I am going to print this by using this test. I'm going to print. Okay, print the output. So this is for testing purpose, that we can test our code is wrong or right. Okay, so here I'm going to use print, and solution is the class. This is the class. Okay, and here convert, this is the function convert. Okay, and this is the string that we are going to take. Okay, this is the string. Initially we took as equals to PayPal. Okay, and number of row equals to 3. Okay, so this is the string, and this is the number of row, that is 3. I'm just going to write. So I got error. Can only concrete list, not integer to the list. Okay, so here I'm going to check what I did mistake. Convert equals to self str of row. Here I think I did mistake here. Going down equals to not going down. So going down equals to not going down, and current row increase by 1 if going down, else it will minus. Okay, so here I need to uh, Okay, so here I got actually I did mistake. Okay, so that is not a mistake. I missed one line here. Okay, line that is adding this row, adding a string in the row. Okay, so here I'm going to write return. I should return this. Okay, return, I'm going to join all this string into a row. Okay, so I missed this line. Okay, so still I got error. Okay, I need to remove these things here. I'm just removing data type. Okay, because it is saying like can only concatenated list, not a integer. Oh, again I got error. 1 minute, let me check. Okay, so I did mistake here. I don't need to give a space here. And first thing here, I'm mistaken in spelling. This should be joined, not a joint. Okay. Hi Nora, what is your name? Norfa. I did mistake here. Okay, this should be multiplied. Okay, so I got PAPLY. Okay, so this is the zigzag, um, and I mean this is the output in the zigzag form of PayPal. Okay, so we have PayPal, and I got output. So here I need to multiply. Okay, this like empty list into a number of row. Okay, so here I already given this thing here. Okay, these are the row and these are the current row and this is the going row, going down, not a row. Okay, so I got PayPal. So here you can see this is the class solution. This is the function. Here I am going to pass string and number of row. String equals to PayPal and number row equals to 3. Here you need to check this condition first of all, and these are the given in the problem. These things. Okay, you can store string, I mean one string per row. Okay, current row equals to 0, going down equals to false. Okay, so we are going to take one element from a string. Okay, at one time we are going to take one. C equals to P. Okay, so here we are going to take different character from S. So C equals to P, C equals to A. Okay, and you can you need to add this element into the row. Okay, now you need to check if current row equals to 0 or current row equals to I mean bottom. This will go at bottom. Number of row minus 1 means we already have number of row equals to 3. So like you need to check this is like here number of row equals to 3. Okay, so you need to check this will go into a bottom or it will middle element. Okay, or it is a top element. Okay, so here you need to check, and here you go, like go in, this is another variable that will show you direction, like where should I go, in top or bottom. Okay, so you need to check here, then increase the row if it is going down, otherwise it will give like return, like it will give you else minus 1. Okay, and return these row in the form of this. Okay, and here this is for printing purpose. Guys, I did mistake here. This would be multiply row is equals to here. We are going to create empty list that we can store each string per row. Okay, and here I'm going to multiply with number of row. Okay, I am from IIT Madras studying data science. There seconds, I'm बढ़िया. Code with Anis. Anis, I am not in here. Actually, I have 4.5, or you can say more than 4.7 years of experience. 4.7. I am studying from IIT Madras, studying data science, their second semester. Wow, wow, बढ़िया. Okay, guys, I'm just creating another live. Okay, join me there.